Hello and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are 3 of the same Pathfinder Society members that were here months ago. In the bottom left, we have Shari Theatari, human redeemer, played by Bryce.
Meow.
In the bottom middle, we have Njori Onuri, dwarven bard, played by Will.
Howdy.
And in the bottom right, we have a newcomer to the Pathfinder Society. We have. Am I going to try to pronounce that name? I think I'll just go with Cookie.
Good luck and Godspeed.
Close enough. Close.
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Don't try.
All right.
Close enough.
So last time on Pathfinder the Third Action versus the Society, our group of intrepid Society members helped out with. Let's see. This was the Frozen Fingers of something or other. I forget the name of the adventure. I know it started with Frozen Fingers. Oh boy, maybe I should have remembered exactly what happened. In any case, there was an adventure. You can turn back to what happened then. There was a bunch of ice stuff, some whites. Your champion or redeemer, Shari, was murdered by a white in a very climactic battle, and was then brought back by that same white as a new white. Thankfully, you were able to maintain your sanity for the time being, and in the conclusion of that adventure, you were able to get the Society to front some of the costs for your resurrection of sorts, removing the stain of whitehood from your body. It did not go away entirely. And let's see, so it's actually been about 5 days or so since that adventure occurred. We'll say Shari was brought back maybe 2 days later. And things have been relatively quiet. As you're getting closer to your commencement, you're being given... or you're supposed to be given more important missions to try out, to kind of test your skills as Pathfinder agents or Pathfinder hopefuls. And most of what you've been given in these last few days have been fairly minor tasks, some small amounts of research, some small scuffles with ruffians and miscreants. But today your team is supposed to get something more substantial, is what you've been told. Oh yes, Frozen Fingers of Midnight. Thank you, Captain Collateral Damage. I forgot. That was the name of the prior adventure. So you find yourselves back in the head Pathfinder Lodge in Absalom City. I almost said station. It's not Starfinder. And back in your typical briefing room. So let's go ahead and start here. You arrive early. I'll hide you. You're not here yet. You arrive early to the meeting room and have time to sit down and take a seat. The two who enter the room, obviously, are Njori, the dwarven bard, and Shari, the human Azamar paladin, or not paladin, champion/redeemer. Your usual companion for these adventures, Femur, has been pulled away on some side business as part of your favor to one Zarta Drowning of the Dark Archives. They needed to borrow your friend Femur for a few days to do some dark research, perhaps.
Yeah, when I made that agreement, I thought that was for me, not for all of us, but Be how it is, I suppose.
It ended up being for all of you. I'll go ahead and show you guys just so you remember what she looks like. This is Zarta.
I definitely remember the long neckline there.
Yeah, incredibly long neckline, dark hair, etc., etc. How do I close this on this page? I don't know.
Never.
I don't know how to close.
You're staring at her for the rest of the episode.
Oh, I've closed the entire chat. Let's
always Zarta. Only Zarta.
But in any case, as that reloads, cool. Great. The little chat window is slid over. I'll fix that. But yeah, sorry. The two of you have arrived in the chamber. No one's here yet. What would you like to do? You've got a few minutes before your venture captain comes in to give you some information, briefing you about the quest.
That actually a journal sitting over there at the end of the table there?
Yes, there is.
North end?
There is usually a log book at the head of the table, used by whatever venture captain is giving briefings that day. You would know that it's largely just records of who was in this room and what meetings they held and with who.
Sure. Nothing too exciting then. Find a seat, I suppose. Just gonna wander around the table here to the west and.
Okay, so
this one's blue. I'll take this
flank
nice
around the
seat right
table
here.
And go for the. Looks like the blue and green seats at the opposite side of the table. The only two of the only three colored seats in the room. And
probably don't want to take the center.
Well, you would know that the center is almost always reserved for venture captains. And typically in bigger meetings involving multiple major members of the society, they would take all of the head seats, but since it's just the venture captain, it should be fine. If you hold shift and drag your character, or alt,
thank you.
You should be able to put yourself in
shift.
In between. Shift, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you take some seats, and a few minutes pass when you hear a brief knock at the door, and then it opens. And in comes actually, describe yourself, Adam. What do you look like?
So Cookie is a kobold. He's mostly like fiery red scales with gold ridges and gold points. He has no particular like arms or armor on him. He just kind of dressed very simply. And there's not much else to it. He's pretty simple in appearance.
Okay, so just kind of simple, unassuming looking red and gold kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and beside you is the somewhat towering gentleman, Adral Hestrom, the venture captain that you guys worked with last time. He is, I believe, he's one of the kind of arms trainers of the society, and a lot of you have taken martial arts courses basically with him. But he also does a lot of preparedness stuff and adventuring courses as well. But he's leading you into the room, and gives you, as he opens the door, he gives you a hearty kind of pat/shove on the back into the room. Come on, why don't we meet your
forward and catch myself.
your new acquaintances?
Yeah, all right.
Go on, go do some introductions. Adral closes the door behind him and makes his way around as well.
Get out of my seat. Greetings. It's good to make your acquaintance.
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you, I suppose. Uh,
Howdy.
yeah. Looks like
Well,
I'll be joining you
you're-
for a while.
Njori, Shari, this is your new teammate, at least for this mission. I think he goes by the name Cookie or something like that.
Yeah, best if you just go with that.
Oh, that's like a sweet name, isn't it?
Well, Cookie. Is that your given name or just what we want to call you?
Just stick with that.
Pragmatic. I like it.
Supposed to be some kind of magical whiz. Figured it'd be a nice replacement for that femur feller that he'd been hanging out with up till now. He said, Edril says as he pulls the head chair out and takes a seat.
Well, welcome to the party, as it were. What do you got for us?
Well, what have I got for you indeed? He rifles through a couple of papers and pulls out one in particular. This one's a bit curious or strange, I suppose. Seems like it might be right up your alley. I neglected to say the time, but it's actually unusually late for a meeting of this type. Normally, if you're given a mission, it's normally kind of early in the day. It is currently around 6:30 p.m. on Fire Day, Gazra, the 25th. So it's kind of late in the evening. The sun is getting ready to set, or is setting at the moment. When he... it was also kind of a last-minute, booking, basically. This one's a bit, maybe urgent, I suppose is the right way to say it.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah, for it to be like this late.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I shouldn't mince any words here. Gentlemen, lady, we'd like you to go investigate some troubles at the Blakros Museum. You see, the Blakros Museum is... well, it's cursed, or something like that. Some kind of darkness has descended on the place, and anybody who enters is blasted with some kind of evil and left raving through its halls, more beasts than men. The current curator
For a second, I thought you were going to say
Oh?
that the exhibits come to life and terrorize the guards or something. That'd be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous under normal circumstances, but... well, I guess you'll see for yourself once you make it there. In any case, the curator of the museum, one Nigel Aldane, is an old associate of the Society, though he chose to leave our organization some years back after a, he looks a little bit sheepish, as if he's, remembering some kind of distasteful incident from his youth. We'll call it a disagreement. Since then, Nigel's long denied the Society access to the Blakros Museum's considerable collection of relics and scrolls, using his extensive contacts to nab several excellent finds right out from under us. He's always had a nose for the hunt. But whatever happened in the past between Nigel and the Society, I think he needs our help right now. Perhaps if we can come to his aid, he might think of perhaps rejoining the Society, or at least offering to share his discoveries with us more often. Apparently, whatever trouble happened at the Blakros Museum began early yesterday morning, shortly after a wayward Pathfinder named Lugazar Trantos returned to Absalom after some months he'd spent in the Mwangi Expanse. supposedly, instead of coming straight for the lodge to report in, he went straight to Blakros instead, sold his findings to Nigel, then disappeared with a hefty sum of gold. The few people who glimpsed this Lugazar in the last day claimed that he was much changed by his time in the Mwangi. There's reports of him seeming gaunt, his eyes yellowed and unfocused. A strange rasping cough that seemed to rack him, and his now wasted frame. Whatever it is that he brought back with him, we believe must be the cause of the Blakros Museum's current ills. To sum it up, and put it shortly, we need you to root it out. He sets his papers down. Sorry, what was that?
And who's going after the guy? Did you catch up with them?
We've got other agents seeking him out. It seems like he's made a break out of the city as quickly as he could.
Now, when you say yellow, like, are you talking glowing yellow, or just, like, disease yellow, or, like, this type of yellow?
He runs his hands through his, I guess, brunette beard, and thinks on that for a moment. The rumors made it sound a little bit more like jaundiced than glowing, perhaps.
Disease yellow, huh? That's not reassuring.
No,
Do we have
it's
any,
not.
Skills we can use to try to match up those symptoms with any kind of known curse or disease. Let's see. I don't have healing.
Yeah, you could try medicine if you were going to put it to a disease. You could try occultism or arcana if you wanted to try and pin it to a more magical source. Religion if you were trying to go for more of a divine or undead sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll roll arcana and see if anything sounds familiar in that.
Okay. Give me an arcana check.
Is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? Alright, I'll try a different way.
Try click button. I see a roll. 17.
Oh. Everything's popping open. Every time I try to roll something, it's popping up a box with details. How do you want to roll this thing?
That's
a manual setting you'll have to change.
Oh yeah, you might have to change it back.
Oh right, because this is a totally different.
This is a different Foundry instance than what we normally use.
Yeah.
Okay. 17. Okay. Yeah, you're trying to think about this. It doesn't sound like a. It doesn't sound like any kind of spell that might have been cast, or at least not any spells that you know of, Cookie. It seems like it might be more in the domain of like a curse or like a cursed artifact or item or something like that. More so than perhaps a spell. So you're guessing that it's probably some kind of cursed item. Well, I gotta go get back to my own duties, but I'd like you all to take a look at this thing tonight if possible. We'd like this dealt with as quickly as possible, if you understand my meaning. The museum is kind of in the middle of the city, and I don't want any, troubles leaking out into the rest of the populace. So, as quickly as you can deal with it, the better. I wouldn't take more than a day or maximum 2 on this. If you must, you can go over, but You'll definitely be graded on how quickly you're able to accomplish this task. That said, if you need to ask around or do any research beforehand, the resources of the society are yours. And he starts to get up from his seat.
He won't let you down.
Good, I wouldn't expect it. And he starts to make his way out.
That's it?
What were you expecting?
You don't know anything else?
That's for you to find out.
What we're going into? Great.
Adril says as he makes his way out the front door. You could try asking around the other Pathfinders, see if they know anything about this museum in more detail, but anyway, good luck, he says as he closes the door behind him.
Wow. Dick.
It might be better to just go over there and see what we can find ourselves.
Not much else to do, I suppose. Didn't give us a whole lot to start with.
Especially because there's one person I can think of to ask for something cursed, and we're kind of already indebted to her as it is.
So if you
that
want,
guy even looking for?
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Mwangi. Why was he there? Maybe we could figure out what he would if he did. He just find something shiny and bring it back? The hell.
I mean, that's what Pathfinders do. But something might have led him there. It's entirely possible. I don't know what it was, but
right, we could ask.
Yeah, we find something shiny, we bring it back, we sell it, or we keep it, or I don't know.
Well, we could ask around and see if there's a hint that he was given that sent him out there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Sure thing.
So yeah, you could try asking around the society to see if anybody knows anything about Trantos. That would be a diplomacy check, and it would take about an hour. Or you could go do some research on the sorry, mind blank. You could do some research on Mwangi itself, which would be a history check. Sorry, not history, a society check.
I'm much better with diplomacy than I am with society. That said, it does occur to me, do curses get worse at night?
Mm-hmm.
The longer we put this off, is it going to make things, more difficult when we do go over to investigate?
Religion check to see if I know that, or is that be more occultism?
Religion or occultism.
Okay.
I would allow any magical tradition, really, for that.
Oof.
Yeah.
5.
Going behind
You haven't really heard of that being a thing, really, but you're not sure.
Going behind the society's back and selling straight to the museum is a gutsy move. Why did he do it? Why did he get caught doing it? If he wanted to just get some extra cash, he would have needed to keep that under the table. Is this normal for this guy? Who is he? I think we should find out a little bit about Trantos. If we walk in there, no, I mean,
all right, I can spell his name in the chat.
Here's my point. Was this out of character for him? Is he the kind of guy who would go try to cut the society out? Or is something?
That's a good point.
Is that part of the weirdness?
I mean, the rest of his description, I imagine, is notable because it is abnormal. But as far as you said, him selling directly to Blakros, is that also out of character?
Yeah, did Blakros know what they were getting?
I don't even know.
Well, let's like check around and see what we can dig up on him before we go over there.
Who was the museum
Aldane.
person that we were
Gotcha.
dealing with?
Nigel Aldane is the
Aldane. Okay.
is the museum. He's not the owner of the museum. He's just the curator for it.
But he was the
he's
guy who was on the receiving end of the transaction.
I do have to imagine him with just the biggest nose. I hope his art reflects this.
I guess he would have left maybe like a brief fact sheet on the table for you to peruse. On it, it would just list Nigel Aldane as I think he's an elf. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is an elf or half elf. I think he's an elf. And Trantos is a human.
Where is Aldane right now? Is he stuck? Or is he available? Can we go talk to him?
On the fact sheet, he's listed as
missing.
missing.
Mm.
Yeah, both of them are missing.
Okay.
Trantos was reportedly seen leaving the city yesterday, or like last night, and Aldane has not been seen since yesterday morning.
I think Trantos is something we can worry about tracking him down later. I don't think we got time for that. We'll probably need to check out this museum situation tonight. But do you want to ask around about him first? See if maybe we could track down what he was looking for? If that we can...
Exactly. My guess, just a guess, but my guess is that Aldane sent him for something specific that he wanted to get before the society got it. Sounds like they both... Well, it sounds like he had a history of risky plays like that. And
fair to think.
So he might know more details if we could find him.
All right. Well,
I think that's reasonable.
Agreed.
So yeah, if you're gonna try to ask around about him, yep, you can have one person do a diplomacy check. Other people can aid if you wish. You can aid with skills that aren't diplomacy if you've got a good idea for them. Otherwise, diplomacy is less standard. I also don't remember what your lores are, so your lores could be relevant.
I've got Absalom lore. Don't know if that's going to be relevant at all. But I also got
Absalom lore. Absalom lore is also legit.
All right, I got a
and reduces the DC.
+3 to that, and I got a +7 to diplomacy. So I don't know what's going to be better for me to roll.
Yeah, Diplo +7 here as well.
Lore. Using the lore basically reduces the DC by 5. So
all right. Well, why don't you guys assist me then? I'll do my lore skill.
Check.
All right. Oh wow! Hello, Tabletop Rolls. Hello, Tabletop Rolls party. 12 is a failure.
How are we all doing?
That is not an aid or not a successful aid. So is Cookie aiding as well?
Yep, I'll go for an aid.
All right.
16. Better.
16. In this case, I think that is still not a success here. No, I'm going to call that a success. I can modify the DC on aid. You guys are in the Pathfinder Society. Mm-hmm. You know some good people to talk to. Cookie knows some people that you guys don't know. And so you try talking to some of those agents instead. Njori, go ahead and give me the roll then.
Not the greatest, not the worst. 14. So 14 if that's a success, 15 then
15. Total. And reducing DC by 5 because you're doing a lore skill is... Alright, let's see what info you get. So you guys are asking around about this Trantos guy. You find out from one person that Trantos has actually spent the better part of a year in the Mwangi Expanse. And at first, this person's actually an acquaintance of his brother, and he heard from Trantos's brother that Trantos had been writing letters to both his brother and his wife for most of that year that he's been gone, actually not most of the year, for the first few months of his journey, and then after a few months they just kind of stopped appearing, and his family assumed that he died and wasn't coming back. You continue talking to people, or actually maybe the same person. You pry a bit more to see if he knows anything about the contents of the letters that were sent. And the letters actually spoke of a very lucrative find. 3 tiny idols of dark wood, carved in the shape of bearded monkeys. And I guess as it turns out, Cookie, you maybe know this person really well. Maybe you saved their life in a prior, like one of your earlier training missions, or maybe you didn't save their life. You helped them out. Maybe you just made something really easy.
Yeah, I
for
like
them.
helping people out.
Yeah, you helped them out. They owe you a favor, and this person actually offers to they have you wait for a bit, and they're going to go see if they can contact the brother themselves. If you want, you can wait 30 minutes for him to. The brother doesn't live very far, so if you want to wait an additional 30 minutes on top of this hour, he can go see if he can get the brother to give you additional information. Do you take it, or take the offer?
I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
well-
mine as well.
Yeah, after that we probably should get going, but we can do some planning in the meantime if there's anything we know about the anybody been to the museum? Not me, but
trying to think if I would have gone. Do they do any sort of performing at the museum at all? I don't think
No.
they got an auditorium or any sort of presentation hall.
No, the Blakros Museum, I guess you've got local Absalom lore. You would know that they're a bit more of a like foreign historical artifacts kind of museum. Like they collect exotic things from other cultures and show them off at their museum. You could give me another Absalom lore check to see if you know anything additional about the Blakros Museum.
I don't think I would have been myself, because my parents would have both been Pathfinders and also would have basically been banned. But a 12 on an Absalom lore check. See what I might recall from other people.
You know that the Blakros Museum, it's a somewhat famous story that it used to be the stronghold of a wizard named Ralzeros the Overwatched.
Right.
And
What name?
you don't really remember what exactly happened to him, but he was some wizard in the early days of Absalom. He got into like a wizard duel or something and disappeared. And his black tower basically sat unused for some centuries until the Blakros family purchased it. And the Blakros family are a big family of like eccentrics who made their fortune selling relics and secrets across the Qadiran Taldan border. And they basically they produce a lot of children and then marry all those children off to various influential families, as well as like they try to like marry into various tribes and foreign cultures to and use their connections to bring more artifacts into the family.
That's
And
awful skeevy.
yeah, they're certainly a family. They're one of the families of all time. But they're known for basically
Sounds great.
their entire like lineage is all like predicated on swiping artifacts from various cultures.
Now that ain't bad.
And they use the Blakros Museum as like a way to kind of show off some of their like prized possessions that they don't keep in their normal vaults. You would maybe have heard that the current you remember they had some exhibit that was like ending soon-ish. That was some kind of like Osirian exhibit that featured things like sarcophagi and swords and various things from ancient Osirian. Ossyria.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
know
I
about
was
it.
meaning to go take a look at that, but wasn't sure if they'd let me in.
On the
Gonna
whole,
try
it
disguise,
sounds like
but,
they dug their own graves here, so to speak.
I'm hardly
But,
one to judge what people are into, though it does sound like they may have gotten up to some awful things in the process.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
I guess that's what we do, is get people out of jams that they put themselves in.
So after,
Fine.
Unless you guys had any other strategizing you wanted to do, 30 plus an hour.
Well, if anyone knows anything like about the layout of the museum, like how many stories is it, and like what
Seeing the
wings have one-
outside, it's like 2 or 3 stories, I think.
I forgot to mention.
Do they
but
have a Mwangi exhibit?
The briefing notes actually include a rough layout of the museum.
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
All right, so we got
Cool.
something to go off of.
Yeah, I forgot to
Like I
say
said,
that.
I've seen the
but-
outside. There's like, I think it's about 2, maybe 3 stories, or 2
Yeah,
with
let me-
some turrets or something.
I'll draw here. It's the museum itself is kind of shaped like a cross, like a plus sign. There's an entry area here in the front. There's a kind of center hallway, and then in the back there's a like a main exhibit. And then they have like a east wing bathrooms up at the corner. In the top of the east wing, they have I guess storage. That I can't draw an S in here apparently. Storage, and then there's a west wing, and above the west wing there's offices. And that's basically the main floor of this kind of black obsidian building. There are floors above. Are there? Actually, I don't know if there are floors above. I think it's just the interior is just very tall. So it's got very, very high ceilings inside.
Makes sense for the museum.
Okay.
Yeah, that's roughly what it looks like.
Is any of the exhibits notably a Mwangi exhibit today?
This one let me see. This handout is for the Osirian exhibit that Njori had just mentioned. The Western exhibit seems to be some kind of like treasures of Osiria. It's actually treasures of Osiria and Mwangi. It's various. It seems to be. There's like a pamphlet that he included that has like some various jewelry, some like ancient swords, a cool sarcophagus from Osiria, some ancient like tombs of Kadiran warriors, etc. The Eastern exhibit is strange creatures of Osiria. and it seems to have like bottles of various ancient beasts of the time.
Okay.
And the central exhibit appears to be some kind of like recreation of clothing styles of ancient Ossyria. It seems to be some kind of like gallery of various clothing designs on mannequins, according to the pamphlet.
All right.
But that exhibit was scheduled to end like 2 days ago. And it doesn't list
Right,
what the next
That
exhibit
strikes
is.
me as pretty useful.
Yeah, just
We can have some
just
idea what we're
something
heading into.
well, at least we got something there. But I don't know. I don't see any reason that would have actually packed up if the museum's been under siege from whatever dark effect's been going on there. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to deal with whatever that might have been.
So after that half hour or so passes, your contact comes back to meet you, and he informs you that most of the letters seem to be fairly normal, but the last one seemed to be somewhat unhinged. It was covered in strange sketches of monkey paws. And in the text of the letter, he describes dark eyes glaring out from the mists.
Now we're getting somewhere.
He also this agent also heard from another agent that around the time that this guy returned to Absalom, the city's menagerie started to have issues with their local monkeys. Like their monkey exhibits just started going apeshit.
So to speak.
Yes.
Must be a coincidence.
Definitely. Yeah, likely, but
All right.
so it seems like we
Look
gotta
out for
find
your-
these three monkey idols that are in somewhere in the Blakros Museum.
Yeah, what do we do with cursed idols when we find them? Smoke them?
I mean, probably some sort of destruction might do it. I don't really have any curse breaking mechanism myself, but
Bring them back to the society?
as long as it doesn't curse anything along the way, that would be the ideal.
If they're made of
Crap.
wood, then then there's always like the old reliable.
Burning them?
Points to a big sword.
That's probably what we're gonna have to do, but depends on whether we can get them out there without cursing everything along the way.
Right.
All right. Well, let's make sure we bring something we can wrap them up in if we need to. Like, without touching.
I mean, I got my bedroll.
Likewise.
A sack or something. A case.
I got my cape as well.
All right. One
in
last
the-
check.
In the spirit of me forgetting about things, Njori, you realize that Adril left a chest on the in his seat that he maybe forgot to show you.
Then we head all the way back to the meeting room, back to his chair. Go get this chest that I just suddenly remembered was there because I
Maybe you guys were
forgetful from times.
you were regathering in the meeting room to talk about your
Retcon.
findings,
Oh,
and then you noticed that there was a
can't
chest
open
there
it
for you
'cause I
to
don't have
look at.
yet.
That's true. You can't open it because you don't own it. So here, have ownership of it.
Oh my word! Look at this.
You've got a couple of items.
That's a lot
useful.
of healing potions. My word.
Inside, there are 6 healing potions, 4 minor healing potions, 4 potency crystals, an owl bear claw, a tanglefoot bag, and 2 holy waters. You're free to split
All
these out
right,
however
I'm
you wish.
gonna hand. I think Shari needs at least 2 of these potency crystals. I think I'll take 1.
Could you like use weapons?
I'll hold on to the bag, the tanglefoot bag.
Sure.
And having learned about the statues, is this chest moderately portable?
Yeah, it's a small chest.
Okay. This might be a good thing to try to put the statues into.
In that case, like we should leave like a holy water in there.
Here, I can drop a little chest in there. I'll change the bulk to... it's just a 1 bulk chest. So maybe it can hold 4 bulk of items. Let me edit it to hold 4 bulk. It's not going to really matter, but...
These are
It's
important
4
details.
bulk.
We got to get it perfectly accurate for the...
Okay. So yeah, you
emulating
can now take
experience.
the chest if you wish.
All right. I got my pistol, so I will probably be shooting with that at some point or another, but
Well,
otherwise...
I think one of you should probably carry this thing around. It's a bit big for me.
Yeah, I think I can get it.
All right, appreciate it, Shari. Gonna take one of these holy waters while I'm at it.
It's the party divvies up their
I'll take one as well.
findings.
And then the crystal and the claw can go to...
I've already got 1 potency crystal like attached to my sword, so
no, it's not going to do me much good either.
Well, screw it. I'll take the owlbear claw. You take the potency crystal.
Nah, you take them both.
Okay.
I'm not going to be...
Well, fair. Shari, you take the potency crystal then.
all right.
That way
Bonus potency
you'll
crystal.
use it, and then we'll replace it.
All right.
Speaking of which, that takes some time for us to install, doesn't it?
10 minutes, I think.
Talismans, is
maybe?
it 10 minutes, I think? That sounds right. Because that will take us some time to do, and we should probably get on that if we're going to do so.
I haven't done it in a bit, but fix a talisman. 10 minutes, yes.
Is it a train crafting, or is that a regular thing we can just do?
It's just a regular thing you can do. You don't need to know how to...
Okay.
You need a repair kit, but you don't have to actually use crafting.
I think I have that.
Okay.
I believe I do have a repair kit, because
I'll
I
have
need to
that
fix my
under-
guns from time to time.
Things that take a weirdly longer, more or less time than you'd think.
Well,
Mechanical time.
We're going to take 10 minutes, I think, and all of us
Like
attach...
Tying a string onto
Stuff.
something should be...
It's magic. We got to magically
That's more
tie a string
more
to
than
it.
just tying a string. It won't work if you
Okay.
just tie a string.
Yeah.
You have to, like, embed it.
Right.
Okay, so 10 minutes, and you're putting on 3 talismans. If that.
Well, 2, I think,
talismans.
because I don't think Cookie
Yeah.
ended up taking 1, but 2
Nope.
talismans.
All right.
Then I'm ready to go.
All right.
You already have directions to the Blakros Museum, so you can just go straight there. I guess I never actually said the spelling, but it is Blakros. Blakros
BLACK?
without- Oh, sorry, it's BLAK. Blah, 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 blah. BLAKROS. I can't. Yes, thank you. All right. In that case, you make your way through town.
Head on over to the Wise Border.
As the sun is setting, or I guess the sun is quite set by this point. It is about an hour's walk over to the museum. which puts you at about 9:30. I guess which of you has dark vision? Does anyone
I've got dark
not-
vision.
Looks
Same.
like Shari has low light vision, but not dark. So do you have some kind of light or torch as you're making your way through the dark streets?
Yeah, I think I have some torches or a torch I can carry.
Gonna say,
Okay.
unfortunately, I don't got a light source handy.
They keep giving me these torches, but I tell them I don't need them.
Sad I can use touch instead of getting dark vision.
Torch is 20. Is it 2040? Or 2020? Torch. Bright light 20. Yep, it's 2040. Okay. Alright, just configuring the next room. Light animation torch. Alright. So, you make your way through the streets as sun sets. The city is bustling as is normal. Many vagabonds and nobles alike meandering about their personal business. Your march to the Blakros Museum is fairly invigorating. The air is nice and fresh. The weather is crystal clear. The moon is I guess half moon. So there's some dim light outside, but not a ton. You eventually make your way up the road that leads to the museum itself. It is sandwiched between two other properties, but there's a good 20-foot gap between the museum and those buildings. But you can see it there, this large black structure surrounded by a black metal gate. As you approach, it seems... Well, you notice that what had been a very clear night suddenly feels very almost foggy or misty. There's a kind of almost haze or lights, like it's smoke or something, perhaps kind of floating just around the building. It all seems to be somewhat contained within the confines of the metal black chain link fence that surrounds the establishment. But it gives off a very kind of eerie spookiness to it. What do? You're currently standing maybe 20 feet outside of the metal gate.
I don't suppose they gave us a key or anything.
No,
Is this thing
you
up?
don't have a key.
Can I just fit through the bars?
Fit through the bar? You're not that small. It's like it's like chain link kind of cross pattern, but
Okay.
it's fairly short. It's not very high. It's 4 feet. You could climb it if you wanted.
Is there... is it latched or locked?
It's closed. You could get
Okay.
closer and check to see if it's locked in any way.
Yeah, I'll probably walk up and do that.
Okay. You approach the gate, and as you get closer, you see that it does have a lock, but the lock is not engaged. The gate is just merely closed, so you could open it very easily.
All right. I'll take that off and then start hauling the door open, but probably call one of the bigs to
Okay.
do it.
It creaks open. Clearly needs to be oiled. a little bit of this mist kind of flows out towards you. You get a scent of like greenery, like a tree, oak, maybe. You're not sure. I mean, you could maybe identify it with nature, but you just get like a very kind of tree-ish, plantish smell.
Okay. Not super exotic, just kind of normal smelling nature smells.
Yeah, you're not really sure.
Shari's
Okay.
seeing this, Miss Shari is going to go ahead and draw her bastard sword
Okay.
in her other arm.
You unsheathe the blade.
Now let's go ahead and
Yeah, you're
lead
probably
the
right.
way. I'll lead the way and go up to the door if there is.
Okay, so you're
You
going
just
to
want to
start
pass the gate.
leading the way towards the door. I'll go ahead and activate this and move you guys to the scene.
All right.
So Shari starts to approach the main entry doors up ahead. The building is large. This kind of front section itself is, what is this? 45 feet across. The widest section of the cross seems to be about 130.
Oh, the building is actually shaped like that. It's not just because of line of sight. That it's... Okay.
I mean, you could move over to the side of the building if you want and see what the side of the building is, but the building itself is shaped like a cross.
Oh, there we go. Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But so the building is that's me drawing this. Oh, that's just a selection. Okay.
You, Shari, you're approaching the doors, and you can see a wooden sign hanging above the entrance that says Blakros Museum. Entry 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. 1 gold admission.
One goal, do they think everybody's made of money?
You did see the whole they're buying a bunch of priceless relics and stealing them and marrying into families and such.
Yeah,
I think
so, why can't they just let their art be shown for let's see the whole world, or at least less than a gold?
because that's how they make money. That's how the world works.
Pretty much.
Door's locked.
I will stand in the back.
If you approach and Njori, you put a hand on the door handle, and it's I guess not a twist handle. This one's one of the kind of vertical bar pull handles.
Mm-hmm.
It's a set of double doors. You could test the door to see if it seems to be locked or not.
I'll give it a quick try, see if I can.
Okay.
Open it at all?
You grab the handle and start to pull, and it seems like the door is going to open. Like it does start to open. Do you fully open the door?
I will look at Shari first.
Shari, I'm ready.
If I open the door outward, can I use it kind of as a shield and be behind it while Shari's there in front? So Shari can confront if there's something right behind it.
I would allow you to kind of step over here to open the door. Okay.
As I'm opening, just kind of sidestep back.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be blocking myself from being able to see what's behind it, but...
So you open the door, standing behind it as you do so, pulling it open, and this thick mist kind of pours out, and hits, or kind of flows at Shari's feet. And inside is just a very thick, misty entry chamber. I think you can make out some lights, some kind of ever-burning torches up on these kind of central pillars. There's 6 pillars in the room, 3 on either side of you, flanking this entry carpet. I think you can make out just a slight bit of the one of the counters on the right-hand side, and up ahead you can also just make out there's some bushes that are not bushes, some potted plants that are flanking a hallway where there are a number of doors. The hallway itself, seems to have a door on the left, a door on the right, and a pair of double doors at the very end.
How's it look?
Been a while since we've seen so many doors.
It looks like there's like just the entranceway. I see some potted plants, but and some light torches, but nothing out of the ordinary yet.
It's silent inside. It's very quiet.
Yeah, but go ahead and step in.
Okay. You step in boldly. You look around. You see a counter on either side of you. The counter on the right seems to be kind of like a souvenir counter. And the counter on the left seems to be like a ticketed entry counter.
Okay. Go ahead and move over to the souvenir counter.
Yeah, Shari makes her way over towards the souvenirs. Njori steps in behind her.
Pretty cautious. Very carefully with gun in one hand and Viola in the other. It's a little weird looking, but
Okay. Cookie is kind of standing cautiously at the door.
Hesitating, but
Hesitates, but eventually steps inside.
probably the first thing to do is cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic, just kind of sensing the area. And what actually would that say here?
At level 1, not all that much. Presence or absence.
Oh, does it not give you any more than that at level 1?
You can choose to ignore things that you know about.
I see. It doesn't even give you schools. Okay.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
You are picking up very strong magic just pulsing around you.
surprise.
Okay. Well, there's definitely something going on here.
How does a souvenir stand look?
I probably meant to make that read aura, but forgot that they were two different spells. Oh well, too late.
Yep. The souvenir stand seems to have a couple of boxes on one side that are labeled as new products. They're all currently sealed. And then there's another box that's open on the kind of in the center of the counter that's labeled Osirian products or Osirian exhibit products. And there's a couple of small figures inside. If you look inside, you can see there's some small figurines of some kind of sarcophagus. There's a few different interesting looking Osirian masks, like Osirian mask replicas of various sizes. Looks like they were maybe in the process of packing up one set of souvenirs and getting ready to put out a new set.
Some of these masks were really cool.
I mean, if you really feel the need to cover your face up, but I think you look beautiful as is.
Are you kidding me? I got this scar now, and I haven't even fought all that much yet.
Got quite the story to tell, too. Not everybody comes back from being white. I'm going to come back around the counter here and look at those boxes you were talking about that says new product on it.
Okay. You make your way around the counter to check that out. And while you're doing so, I'd like everybody to give me a will save, please.
Sure thing. I got a 19.
I got 11.
I got a rock.
So 19 from Njori, 11 from Shari. Need one for Cookie.
I gotta get that to not pop up a thing on every
You can shift
19.
click.
Next time you roll something... Yeah, next time you roll something, you can go into settings and change it.
Is it on that roll page?
It is.
Okay,
The thing that pops up.
Oh,
has
I
little
see.
Settings, yeah.
gotcha.
Okay, so 19 and 19
that's what I was
for
looking for.
Njori and Cookie, and 11 for Shari.
Shari.
Okay. Let's see. Njori and Cookie, as you're looking around in this room, just kind of passively breathing, you start to feel a little bit hazy. You're sort of losing thought cycles. And both of you are stupefied 1. Let me find that. Where's stupefied?
Oh, that's not good.
Stupefied. There it is. Stupefied 1. Stupefied 1. Shari, as you're kind of picking through this box of Syrian gifts, you feel a sudden pain in your chest, and you accidentally knock the box over onto the ground. The figurines spill out over the floor, and you find yourself pressing a hand against your chest, breathing heavily, as everything just starts to feel really, really hazy. You are stupefied too, but you also feel really... You really want a banana. You really, really want a banana.
Does anybody have anything to eat?
Suppose I can check in my rations, see what I got there, but
You don't keep bananas in your rations, do you?
no, they don't keep long enough to put... What?
Oh,
Bananas are probably a luxury here.
You can get all sorts of stuff in Absalom, but they'd be spendy anyway.
Yeah, they're a pretty expensive fruit.
I don't know. Just really got a craving for one all of a sudden.
That doesn't seem good. I don't feel great either.
Not really, no.
I mean, these masks aren't that. Not even. That's weird. I don't think these masks would have made me hungry either.
Or they're...
Did it just get really bright in here, or all of a sudden?
I think it did a bit.
Does
Go
the
ahead.
stuff that's all around here seem super flammable, or could I
No, the museum a lot of it seems to be made of stone. Like the floor is stone, the pillars are stone,
What are
the
these
counters
things?
are made of wood. Which things?
The-
These are
those are pillars?
Yep,
Mhm.
there's 6
What's in
pillars
front of the
this room.
pillars?
There's a
Lanterns,
brazier.
looks like.
Yeah.
Lanterns. Oh, okay. Those are not exhibit pedestals or anything like that.
No, you don't. You seem to be
All
in
right.
the entry hall currently. There's 2 benches on
would
either
like
side of the
to-
room over here.
How do I rotate this? How do I not? Not this
Shift
direction.
and then scroll wheel.
Too late. I already placed it.
But I think if you hover over it and do that, you should shift and scroll wheel might allow you to do so.
Trying to rotate a.
I'm just gonna bust out a flame breath off in this direction and see if it burns enough of the mist away to make a difference.
Okay, so yeah, you just turn and spit out a gout of flame from your flame breath. It's a little fiery cold feet.
Blah.
The mist kind of curls away and then like immediately starts to refill the room. It doesn't seem like it has much effect. Whatever is generating the mist is refilling the room faster than you can melt it away. Or
This stuff doesn't seem healthy.
I think you're right. We should probably move a little faster then if we're gonna
Let's.
get out of this.
okay,
All
so
right.
you guys start to make your way down the central hall. Shari, you feel your arms feel like really tense for some reason. You feel like your hands are just heavy, as you've got your sword in your hands, you've got your bastard sword in hand. Your grip is like a lot lower than normal, and you notice that you're just like gripping your sword a bit, like it feels like you need to grip with less effort. But yeah, you
So it's
continue moving.
it's not loosening, but it's just going lower.
Yeah, just your hands feel heavy, and yeah, your grip just seems like it's stronger.
Is this mist flowing in one particular direction?
Give me a survival check.
Survival. I was thinking perception.
I would allow perception as a slightly harder check, but it's a bit more of a survival thing.
Okay. Well, let me see if the delta there is. It's going to be that big of a deal. Because I'm not super good at either. But
Yeah, I would just
all right, we'll
it's
try
a
it.
I'll make
Hey,
it a very
we got a
hard with
17.
perception. Okay, 17.
We got a 17 survival.
Okay. You pause a moment as the crew is making their way up the hall and try to see if you can tell where the mist is coming from. It seems to be flowing from up the hallway in this direction to the north.
Now it's coming from over there, I think.
Do we proceed without clearing behind us, though?
Mist is pretty light bulk. Could prestidigitation be used to clear it away from my face? Maybe with sustained action?
You could, but if you were to try to do that for more than 10 minutes, you would get fatigued. But I would allow it.
I think I'll try it for the duration of us walking down the hallway here.
Okay.
I don't know if I can cover everybody. Probably not.
No, you would only be able to target one person at a time this way.
And that'll probably be the only thing I can do while we're moving. And
That's all right. Let's, if you think it's coming from the end of the hall, we should probably keep moving then.
I mean, this is. I'm feeling really weird about all this.
It's a bit unsettling.
You continue to step through the hall until you make it to the end. There's two large steel doors with a sign above it that reads Main Exhibit Hall. And there's a wooden, or there's actually like a little steel placard below that that has painted on it in gold lettering. Mists of Mwangi exhibit.
oh shit, I guess I should have just read the sign.
Yeah, had to get close enough. We all ready?
Ready.
All right. Njori's gone ahead and actually holstered his pistol for now, and just has fuel in hand, just ready to play.
All right.
Open the door.
Shari reaches to open the door with her offhand, and the door rattles, but it won't open. It seems to be locked.
It's not budging.
How loud was it when she tried to open the door?
Oh. I mean, I guess it depends on how hard Shari was trying to open it. Were you going for the just like grab and like pull, or are you like shaking it a bunch, or are you just doing a quick little test?
Probably start shaking it a bit after. If the gentle push didn't do anything.
Okay. You start shaking it a bit, and it's actually rattling way more than you expected it to. You realize that, again, you're not needing to put a whole lot of effort, but like it's like picking up if you picked up a cup that was full and put it down and then tried to pick it up again, but it was empty. You don't like realize your difference in strength. And suddenly you're just like you're pulling really hard on the door. And it does rattle a bit. It rattles loud enough for you guys to hear, certainly.
Then do you want to just force it open at this point? Because I think we're
Brace
past
yourselves, like
subtlety.
there might be high pressure front back there.
Well,
As it
that
were.
might be a good idea, but you don't think there's anything that could be. You don't think this is a lock type, or you think it's a mechanical thing, or?
I mean, I'm not the best with magic. I suppose Cookie can, if you can quickly take a look, but we just made a shit ton of noise. I think we should probably move quick.
No reason to think it's magic. It's a door.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably just locked. You are doing okay there? Is this making any difference for me to have a little bit of clean breathing space? Am I feeling any better at all?
It's helping a little bit, but this haziness isn't going away. You get the sense that it's affected you, but already. And you feel like you might need to be out of it for a longer period of time to actually get rid of the effect.
Well, I'll keep doing it for the moment.
I guess I'll go ahead and try charging, or get a bit of a running start, and then try to slam into the door.
All right. Well, I'll pat Shari in the arm and just remind her that she got this, champ. Give you guidance for this.
You're currently stupefied.
Yes, I am. Oh, it didn't automatically roll the.
Oh, I don't have a flat check on this one. So DC 5. Sorry, your stupefied value is 1, so DC 6. 12. You successfully cast the spell. Shari, you
been doing that for...
have some guidance. Oh, that's true.
But I had a couple of tries that maybe by now I would have managed.
Yeah, by now you might have broken your concentration just on the stupefy, messing with your head for the prestidigitation. But okay, Shari, go ahead and roll athletics if you're backing up and trying to slam the door open.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll athletics.
Not too bad.
20. You slam hard into the door, and the metal reverberates, but that doesn't seem to be doing much.
Okay. It is a metal door, so.
Is there a bar of any kind? Is it like connected to the floor, ceiling, or the other side that I can see?
Sorry, what do you mean? The door itself, there's clearly like a little, it's got a spot for a key insert, a lock, as it were. The door itself is not barred. It does have a frame, a stone frame.
In the top, it's a double door in the top middle of the frame. Is it like reinforced in any way? Is the wall there that might look like it has a bar poking into the floor and ceiling?
Oh, I see. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Looks like maybe some kind of steel or otherwise metal bar.
So that's pretty highly reinforced for. I'll just
Gonna be
point
a
that
problem
out.
then?
I'll just point that out. I don't know if I can do anything about that. That bar looks pretty strong.
Well, guess we gotta find a way to unlock it. Njori turns back around and is gonna real quick just try this other door just in case.
They're effectively the same door. Like,
okay, just making sure I wasn't missing something real dumb and obvious.
No, it just seems like they're locked, and a 20 isn't enough to force it open.
Well,
Are the myths mostly like ground level here, or are they pretty much all the way up to the
all the way up to the ceiling?
Ceiling.
This place has been hotboxed.
Okay, that's what I figured.
You
Try
move
to
south
try
down
this.
the hall, and there's two doors, one on the east, one on the west. Looks like you're trying the.
Which was it? The west, like the west one that was like had the Mwangi exhibit.
That's right.
It was Osirian on
Syrian and Mwangi on the west.
right, and then beasts or something on the east.
Beasts and clothing on the east, I think was the.
I mean, I do like clothing, but I also like Osirian stuff, so I'm kind of either way.
Probably west.
Yeah, let's given the circumstances, let's try west first.
Okay. You try the west door, and it opens.
Well, that's a good sign. Maybe.
You see a room filled with mist. There are decorative plants and vines along the walls. It's made to look like a kind of fake jungle in here. You see a couple of stone pedestals with objects on them. You see larger display cases, basically like big, thick stone pedestals that raise up about like 3 feet off the ground with a big glass encasing around it that make it hard to see around. But there's various lights and stuff in this room. Okay. You step into the room.
Peeking around
Is
corners
it
and
casting like dim light everywhere around?
Yeah. There's lights from the ceiling that are kind of hanging down, and yeah, a lot of the room is in dim light.
I'm gonna go ahead and put away my torch and go ahead and switch to two-handed.
Okay.
So it seems like at the moment I don't.
You put the torch away, and you should still be able to see, I hope.
Yep.
Looks like it. Okay. Alright. You guys all enter the room cautiously.
slowly looking around. Looking at some of these. Anything interesting in these exhibits? I mean, a museum, of course I'm going to be starting to look.
Yeah, go ahead and, why doesn't everybody give me a perception check if you're looking around?
Sure thing.
Or if you're just trying to stay hidden, you could roll me a
Do you want this
stealth check
blind
instead.
or...
No, you can roll it publicly.
Alright. That's 15. Oh, Shari.
Stupefied.
Extra stupefied. Okay. That's a 13, a 15, and a natural 1 for a 2. Well, good news
Really need
is...
to pass him.
Good news is I lied. Those are actually your initiative rolls. So let's go ahead and get you guys...
How is that good news?
I feel like I was deceived and I don't appreciate this.
So as you guys start to move into the room and look around, you suddenly notice or start to hear sounds coming from the outskirts of the chamber. Njori, you notice there's, to the north of you, there's some kind of statue, a bronze statue holding or like displaying a jade-encrusted kukri. And you watch as something steps out of the shadows, grabbing the kukri. It seems to be some kind of skeletal figure that was standing on like a display podium. You also start to hear a bronze figure, or a figure clad in bronze armor in the northeast of the room, slowly kind of limp its way forward. It is wielding a long sword in both hands. Shari, you notice one of the displays to the just in front of you on the west side of the room is some kind of like the bones of an old war chief that suddenly like rise to life and step down from their podium. And what's the last thing? You all hear a kind of low moaning sound as a figure wrapped entirely in bandages slowly steps out of the shadows. It seems to have some kind of like turban on, and is displaying in the center of its chest has some kind of jewel encrusted talisman of some kind with like blue feathers sticking out of it. So let me go ahead and update these to your initiatives. That was Cookie got a 13. Njori got a 15. And Shari... Whoops. Shari got a 2. Cool. And let me add these guys to the initiative as well. Okay. Rolling their initiatives. Some of them rolled privately for some reason. Why is that? Oh, one of them is hidden. I see. That's why. It's like right here. Okay. All right. We'll start the encounter. Where's... the initiative tracker has ended up in a weird spot on this screen. I can't move it for some reason, so sorry, chat, you can't see it. Okay, Over here on the left, the war chief looking guy, skeletal remains, starts to move forward towards Shari with its first action. With action 2, it's like dragging behind it this massive great club, and it is going to swing at Shari. That is a natural 10, which is a miss against Shari's AC. It will then use the momentum to try for a backswing attack. So it gets a +1 circumstance. That is a 15 to hit Shari, which is also a miss against her 18. Next up, we have the Bronze Legionnaire. It slowly limps forward. 5, 10, 15 feet towards Njori. And lifts its longsword overhead and swings it down at you.
Oh, jeez.
That is a natural 2 for I shouldn't tell you the bonuses, but that was a 9 total, which is a miss by 8.
Not good.
And that is its turn. It is clearly moving very slowly. Njori, you are up next.
All right.
Followed by the mummy-looking guy in the back.
Well, first of all, we're going to go ahead and back the hell up. 5, 10, 15, and just get around the corner here a little bit. So we're just kind of going south and around the corner where we can see Shari and Cookie again. Action number 2 is going to be to try to cast a spell. We're going to attempt to cast Inspire Courage.
All right.
To try and boost our allies. But let me roll that flat check first.
Roll the flat check.
That's a 5. I think that is a failure.
That is a failure. You need to be a 6 with Stupefied 1. So you attempt to start casting, but your minds lose the... you can't remember how to do the fingerings for this song.
I'm going to keep trying though. I get another action. Okay. I got one more action, so I'm going to try it again.
Try again.
Well, it's going to do shield, but oh fuck you! I'm doing a hero point.
All right, natural 1 re-rolled.
Well, maybe I can't. Oh well, won't let me. But that's all right.
Just roll again.
Yeah. 8. Thank you.
8 is a success.
Fucking rude. Very inconsiderate. Anyway, that is Inspire Courage for the 3 of us.
All right.
And not for anyone else. They're not invited.
You're all inspired. Okay.
Njori rounds the corner, very dramatically playing his viola.
The mummified creature in the back starts to move towards you guys. It groans as it moves 10 feet, and then another 10 feet, and then another 10 feet, getting just within range of Shari and Njori. But it seems to be moving very slowly. It does not have limberness in its limbs. Next up is the other skeletal figure, which seems to be dressed in kind of golden armor, and is wearing some kind of interesting, tribal-looking mask. It is going to move forward. So its first action towards Njori, who is the person it is closest to. And it will swing with that jade-encrusted kukri that it picked up. That is a 17, which looks like exactly a hit.
Yep.
Oh. Go ahead and do my reaction.
Dreams of Redemption. All right. It will... Oh, in this case, it does not go through with the attack. As it's swinging this dagger towards you, Njori, it stops, and looks at the dagger, or like its skeletal head turns to look at the dagger, and it seems to be contemplating something. And then it kind of shakes its head as if like wresting memories away from itself, and goes for a second swing. That is a 15, which is a miss by 2. Cookie,
Ooh.
you're up.
Thank you for that, Shari. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, based on the layout here, and based on being stupefied, I feel like I'm gonna open with a fire breath again. And it looks to me as though I can hit those two without hitting my allies. Yeah, for a 30-foot line.
Oh, is that what your ability is?
I can choose between a 30-foot line or a 15-foot cone.
Oh, okay.
And so
yeah.
oh well, it's not gonna. The line template is not gonna let me do.
I
Oh
don't think
no,
you get to change it all.
No, you don't.
Do you?
You don't choose. It's based on what your draconic exemplar is. So what's your draconic? Like what dragon are you?
Oh, is it gold?
Gold. Okay.
Gold.
Gold is a corn.
Gold.
Fire
is
Yeah, gold
cone.
is
Okay.
gold is always cone.
Okay. Well, drat.
Brass is the line fire reflex version.
If you moved forward
but I
2
need
spaces,
to
you
get
could
rid of this.
cone from there.
I need to get rid of the template. Oh, except I don't. I'm not super interested in moving forward 2 spaces.
But you could.
I'd risk hitting my allies in the blast as well.
Oh
I
no,
will
you could
go ahead
do
and
you could do
attempt
the
to
cone
cast
from the
electric
corner.
arc. So
Like you could do this cone.
I'm going to go ahead and attempt to cast electric arc, and so that's my flat check.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
10 is a success. Which
And
ones are you targeting?
it's,
Good choice of spell too.
the same 2 that are standing right next to the
Njori.
bard
Alright.
here. Yeah.
Go ahead and put it in the chat so I can reflex save against it.
I thought I clicked the wrong spot on
All
it.
right.
There we go.
The mummy-looking guy, this is DC 16, gets an 11. That's a failure. And the gold skeleton guy also
Nice.
fails with a 14. So go ahead and roll the damage, please. 6 points. They both take 6 points of electricity damage. The skeleton
Just saved me.
oh, actually, no. The skeleton only takes 1 damage.
Oh, probably
it seems to
resistant,
be
but-
yes. It seems to be resistant against the electricity.
You go back to
There we
being dead. It is dead.
The electricity just kind of glances off the bones. It does scorch it a little bit, but the mummy looks like it's fully affected. So you have 1 action left.
Okay. My third action will be to move to right here.
Okay, you back up out of the room into the hallway for safety. Shari,
Okay.
at the start of your turn, you feel like, again, that pulsing of, I don't know, strength, raw energy in your veins. Your
I don't like
knuckles feel heavy, thick. You have gained an ape slam attack. And you have a +1 bonus to all melee attacks. It is an untyped bonus, or should be untyped.
What's the damage on the ape slam?
It should be in your character sheet if I did that correctly. The damage, what is the damage on it? It is 2d10 is the base weapon damage dice. 2d10 bludgeoning.
Oh,
I have stopped sustaining prestidigitation also.
Okay. Good to know.
I guess we'll go ahead and give that a give the H-Slam a shot then.
Okay.
I guess I have to shift to one hand grip bastard sword.
Yes, yeah, you'd need at least one hand.
But
free
you can
to-
just drop with a free action, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, one hand. Switch to one-handed grip for a free action, and then you attack.
Okay.
At least your grip. Twist your arm back, winding up for a big
back.
punch. That is a hit with 19. Go ahead and roll damage, but I'm assured
Oh,
12 points
What?
of bludgeoning damage in addition to... I guess skeletons aren't weak to bludgeoning in the system. They just don't resist it. But that is enough to send the bones of that war chief scattering across the ground. The big great club it was carrying clatters to the floor as well.
All right. Turn
Move.
around, punch the mummy.
Okay, you swing around for the mummy behind you. 16 versus its AC is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
oh,
15
Wow.
points of
What am I even
bludgeoning
doing here?
damage. You knock out the... well, what you were doing there, that inspired courage was just enough to make it hit.
no, I was. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. But it literally was. Yes, that 15 points of damage was enough to take out the mummy. You clock it across the face. Its head just kind of twists off, and the rest of the mummy falls to the floor. And that looks like you shifted back with your third action.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and shift to.
All right. Top of the round 2, the Bronze Legionnaire shifts its weight, clattering through the chamber. What was it, 15? It's looking in both directions. It will go for Njori. So it pauses a moment, looking at Cookie, and then towards Njori, and then goes for the closer one. And will swing its heavy longsword overhead.
Oof, that'll do it.
21 is a hit.
Yeah, we'll react to that.
Okay, you use your Dreams of Redemption. It hesitates just slightly, but is going to go through with the attack. So that looks like 7 points of slashing damage, which will get reduced by ? And then it's enfeebled 2.
3. It should be 3 at our level.
So,
Okay, so
only 4
4
points that I take.
Yep. And that's its 2 actions.
Well,
you
I
take
was in the middle of doing
Please
thing,
do.
but thank you.
They can roll their damage before they decide. Also,
Oh, can they roll their damage before they decide? I suppose so.
it's the ally is unharmed by the triggering damage. So
Oh, true.
All right. Things
point.
close to me. Don't like how things are close to me. Well, we're going to start by continuing to play on the viola and inspire some more courage if we can. So, flat check first. It's 11, so that should be a success.
All right, you're able to maintain focus.
So, we'll
You
keep
re-up
casting
the
it.
courage.
Everything got way too fucking close, didn't it?
Yes, you're currently, there's a bronze armored zombie to your behind you, and to your right there's a some kind of warlord guy in gold armor.
Action 2 is going to be to draw the holy water off of my belt with my free hand. Taking a pause in the music as we then just try and slam it into the face of the creature right who's coming for us, who just attacked us, the Bronze Legionnaire.
All right.
So, action to draw, and then 1 action to strike. Oh, that's a 14, which I believe it looks like to be a miss.
It is just a miss, but it does Since it is just a miss, it does still do 1 point of good splash damage.
I do things what take splash damage.
And that, as the holy water splashes onto it, it actually does take additional 5 points of weakness, as it seems to be kind of seared by the holy light of the water. There's kind of a glowing effect that's like almost burning its whatever's left of its skin underneath the armor. You hear like a hissing sound as like smoke wells up.
That's fun. Does it do anything to the Warlord of Old next to it?
Oh, right. Yes, it that one also takes a point of good damage. But that one
Every little bit.
Yes, they both take the splash damage, and presuming that you are not good.
I'm good.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. All right.
I'm fine. And that is that
your
then.
turn.
That is 3 actions as I decide to hang out with
All
It's
everyone.
not also weak to good, is it?
No, that one's not weak to good.
Alas.
Okay, the Golden Warrior Warlord will continue its assault here. Actually, it will kind of turn towards Shari. Perhaps it sees in you a worthy foe as it swings its kukri in your direction. It's an 11, which looks like a miss. It'll then turn and go for a trip attempt. No, it'll just turn and swing at Njori for its second strike.
Oof.
Oh,
It crits on a natural 20 for 22.
I think that'll do it.
It'll be only 11 points of slashing damage. I say only 11.
Ow.
You're level 1, so that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But did Shari already use... Oh, of course, yes. That is true.
That is a
Okay.
lot of damage.
yeah, I did.
Did the
Oh,
door
Chris.
just shut on me? That's not
Oh, I accidentally clicked it.
supposed to happen.
I was trying to click to drag the map and closed it on
That
you,
would be a
sorry.
problem, actually.
The
It's like-
For its third action, the Warlord will back up. Cookie, your turn.
Oh, I can't really see where he backed up to.
Yeah, you just saw that he moved
I'm gonna
behind
scramble
this
back
display case somewhere.
Is the
Does he-
display case tall enough that I can't see over it?
Yes, it is. You can sort of just see
Oh.
over it, but it is fully obscuring. Like you wouldn't be able to hit him through it.
Okay. Well then, because I was gonna come in and try to line up a breath on the both of them, but it might just be best if I just do the one. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
This place
Alright,
is
that's the one.
blocked. That one's got a pedestal in it.
Oh, okay. Well then,
But yeah, you can go there.
my last
Yep.
space with my last step would be right
Okay.
into here.
They move into the room, sidle along the
Um.
wall underneath the vines, the fake vines, and get
The
up
good
behind
news is
Njori.
that the breath attack should not be subject to stupefaction because it's an ability.
True, it's
So
not a
that's why
spell.
I'm using that here. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna cone out towards just this guy here,
Okay, the Bronze
Um,
Legionnaire.
and it'll splash over the display case. I'll spare you the template.
But I do
but
need
it
to
goes
know which one is
to
it.
the
It's,
northeast.
this is gold, so reflex save. What's the DC?
Higher
Class
of your
DC or
class or
spell?
spell, which so it's at least 16. I
Probably
don't know where I
16.
can check my.
You don't have
yours-
if you're a spellcaster, your spell DC is your class DC. So
Okay,
Yeah.
then 16.
Bryce right. It is. Yes. Okay. So that's including the reduction. It would normally be 18. Right? Yeah.
Maybe.
Or less, but that's a 4.
I mean, that sounds correct.
That's
a
that is
critical
that is
failure,
a
it
critical
looks like.
failure from Legionnaire. Go ahead and roll damage doubled. Or you could roll 2d4, I suppose.
4
roll
points
that.
of fire. Oh,
It doubles the damage that you roll because it's an area attack. So it takes 4 points of fire damage. Yeah. Okay. Flames spew over the Legionnaire and melt a bit of its armor. And I guess that leaves Shari. You're up.
yeah, hold on. That's 2 actions.
Oh, sorry.
Is
It's
it
2.
still up?
Did
If
you
it's still up,
move?
I'll stab it.
No, you moved and then did 2 actions.
Move and breathe.
Yeah, breathe is 2
No,
actions.
the breath
itself,
is 1.
right?
Oh, is it?
Roll
You're right.
that.
You're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Breathe is
Yeah.
2 actions. Yeah.
Okay.
Critter.
If
Get
you're
used to it.
unarmed, are you still considered for flanking?
Yes, you are. Correct.
Okay. Gonna lumber. I assume she's kind of starting to lumber at this point.
Yeah, she's starting
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like almost gallop like a with your like bare knuckle on the ground from your unarmed hand. You're starting to move
I'm
like
a
a
little
gorilla.
dazed, but I think Shari's got something weird going on.
I don't see anything. Isn't that how you... All you
I'd-
big...
Holy shit!
You circle around the Bronze Legionnaire and just go for a huge like side swipe with your fist, cracking its back. Go ahead and roll crit damage. That was a 28.
that's just
on
gonna
a natural
murder it,
18.
right? Jesus.
32 points
Jesus, that's
of bludgeoning damage.
so
First level.
bad. That's so bad.
You slam your fist into its back and just send it flying into the wall. Its parts just scatter across the ground. Bronze pieces of armor rolling along the floor. And then you charge
Go after
around
the
the
other one.
corner towards the other, the remaining skeletal knight. That is the zombie gone. Okay. Njori, you're up. Followed by the golden
All right,
warrior.
we're gonna start by trying to inspire more courage, I guess. But that is a failure on the first flat check. A success on the second one. So 2 actions to do this.
Yeah, you're really trying to focus on your fiddling.
Ugh.
Get a few notes wrong.
It's not going great.
But you're able to correct it.
Yeah, it's not going great, but it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna try our third one to cast. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna move back away from wherever this thing is.
Okay, you back away towards the door to just
Yeah, I'm
put
just
some
right at the
distance between
doorway.
you. All right. The golden warrior, Shari stepped up to it, so it will like turn and strike back. 22 looks like it hits.
I'll go ahead and glimpse of redemption for myself.
Yeah,
I don't think you
Oh wait,
can.
oh, sorry.
No.
No, right, so I'm getting that mixed up with
you
paladin.
ain't your own ally. I'm sorry about that.
So 6 points of slashing damage.
I play a paladin in other games, so I'm used to.
Right, yeah.
Oh, paladins can
Paladins
Oh,
Maybe,
they're-
scratch.
but maybe I could
can
be
it?
mistaken.
I
Is it-
actually don't
it's a
know if
different
that's the
reaction.
case.
It is
It's
a different reaction because
I
they
forget
do
what
like
it
an
is.
attack as well. It's a whole
I
thing.
GM that game and I've already forgotten. My mind blanks between games. So it's 6 points of
5
slashing
days ago.
damage. It will swing again. 5, that's a critical miss. And it will back away some more. Just kind of, it's seemingly trying to, it's like doing kind of like a dueling dance with you. It strikes quickly twice and then does like a quick back skip to try and get away from you.
Like, quit moving.
Cookie, it's your turn.
That looks like it is still within range, so I'm going to make an attempt at a spell.
Thank you for the follow mood control. 17's a
So
success. You keep your concentration as you
So
cast
I
the
will-
spell.
Go ahead and throw another electric arc at that single target.
Okay. It was a reflex save. It fails, so it takes the full damage. It does reduce that because it is a little skelly lad. But it reduces by 5, which leaves 3,
3
which
points.
is enough to kill it.
Hey.
The electricity shocks its remaining
Well,
sinews, and it kind of crumples to the ground. And that's combat. I have this apparently sent to EXP mode, but okay. The room falls silent.
That is actually Shari, right?
Oh,
Like-
you're right. He seems a little off, even for.
Like, I'm fine. I'm just feeling really strong.
You sure look real strong and a bit bigger than usual. Massive hands. That's new, ain't it?
Yeah.
You notice that she's kind of drooling slightly.
Turning to monkey.
Well, shit. I don't know if we should stay here. We may actually need to leave, like, right now.
Can I, like, go one of these without, like, turning into, like, something else?
I'm starting to wonder that. You're just picking up souvenirs everywhere we go.
I'm gonna search the room. If you need to go outside, then
Might be a good idea. Get you some fresh air there?
Well, what if more of those, like, come out?
I will run away.
Okay.
Gonna keep an eye on Shari, make sure that she doesn't keel over or go ape shit.
All right, yeah, Njori, you lead her out of the room.
They've left Cookie alone in the room full of priceless relics.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
So
The little
Not
kobold
supposed
looks
to-
around.
Just so antsy.
all right, well,
Not blue no more.
any of these could be, important. So I guess I probably better check each one of them and see if they look, cursed.
Each of the
Or something.
what? Each of the items in the room?
relics
or-
in the display cases.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of walk around the room in a circle, and I'm gonna look for. Well, I see that there was maybe another door or two. Our main objective is to find.
Yeah, you can see
key
that there's a door
the-
in the far back of this chamber in the northwest corner of the room.
I'm not going in there. If our main objective is to find a key to the back hall, then I don't think it's just going to be lying around, but I am going to search the room for anything useful, unusual, valuable.
Okay. So you'll spend 10 minutes searching the room. Where did everybody else go? You guys went outside. Are you doing anything else?
Is that far enough to get out of the mist? Is that far enough for them to get out of the mist?
Yeah, the mist outside is much lower. It's only inside that is it's high enough to like reach face level.
Gotcha.
So Shari and Njori go outside to get some breath. If you guys are doing anything like healing or refocusing or anything like that, let me know. Otherwise, oh, yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll go ahead and try to lay on hands on Njori.
Appreciate the
Alright.
good touch.
Go ahead and attempt the stupefy check. You need
Lay
to
monkey
beat.
hands.
All right, with a 12, your monkey hands beat the DC 7 flat check. You heal Njori for 6.
Still so hurt. But that's so much better. Well, I
and
appreciate
then-
it, Shari.
I tried medicine, but since we're stupefied, that's like a one play on +1 to it.
And I ain't got much knowledge about medicine myself, so no worries.
We'll just sit in prayer until we can recharge the lay on hands. Then
Prayer. Yeah. That's the one.
quote.
All right. Reminder that you do have potions as well.
Is right. I'm gonna take one, but I was gonna ask: is Shari starting as we're sitting out here? Is anything changing about her? Is she still this very buff gorilla monkey sort of thing?
Assuming you guys are sitting out there for 10 minutes, it doesn't seem like a lot is changing. You could do an analysis of her with either medicine or one of the magical traditions.
I'm gonna try occultism
Okay.
because this does seem like it might be curse related, and also I don't have much training in much else. So, that's a 9. It's not great.
You try to think, but your brain's feeling foggy, and you're staring at her, and you like forget what you were trying to think about. And yeah, nothing comes to mind. She doesn't seem to be changing.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's kind of what I was hoping for, but may mean that we have to remove you entirely from premises. Get us proper help.
Meanwhile, Cookie, you go around the room, checking out the various display cases. Many of them, they're all enclosed in glass. You could try to break into them if you wish, but some of them have various like amulets and strange relic or like ritual devices, some weaponry of various types. I think when you get over here, you look at the display of the statue or the figure. Maybe they seem to maybe some kind of like a statue of some kind of warrior that was holding the kukri. And you realize that the skeleton that had picked up the kukri is on the floor next to you. And you kneel down and pick up the kukri itself. And it's a pretty nice looking weapon. It's got a rune on it. Looks like a +1 rune. It's got some jade encrusted into the hilt. And it's clearly magical.
I will sheath my regular dagger and hold that in my hand.
Okay.
Feel like if they're going to come at us with it, it can be useful to us, and it's probably fair game.
Let me...
At least compared to more so than the rest of the stuff that's in the cases.
All right, I'm dropping it in your inventory. You'd also notice that the blade itself is seems to be made of silver. So it is a silver +1 kukri and seems to maybe have some more magic. You have detect magic, so you could probably tell that it is a magical item of some kind. But in the rest of your search of the room, the other thing that you find that is magical or of note is the war chief guy. His great club is a +1 great club.
Yeah, I'll
And
pick that up and
I've put that in your inventory as well.
Hold that in my other. I would maybe drag it.
Oh, yeah, it's heavy. It's too bulk.
The one thing I'd like to try to figure out is whether these skeletons were part of the display or whether they have been somehow
Yes,
conjured
you
here.
can.
Like, does the armor
Oh,
look like
shoot.
it's...
There's one other thing that you find on the mummy. It has like a I think I described it as an amulet. It's a golden scarab amulet with some like blue feathers
Very
sticking
nice.
out of it.
Definitely not probably cursed. Like everything. All this stuff is certainly not...
Definitely
probably
not
cursed.
cursed.
Why would it be
Um,
cursed?
But you can
Hold
tell
on
it's
to
magical.
those as well.
Let me.
All that
give
stuff's
you-
going to come with me when I leave the room.
Oops. I'm just trying to give you an item that is golden scarab. Golden scarab with blue feathers. Okay. That's a magical item that you've got now. Okay. As to whether these guys are part of the display, it seems to be. Over here on the east side,
The bones included?
Yep, the bones included seem to like be parts of various displays. They have a couple of so this one here, I'll go ahead and put the bodies where they match. This southeastern spot was for the skeleton, and the label on the display below, or on the placard below, reads Proto-Kelid War Chief. Oh, it says Proto-Kelid War
Okay.
Chief. Let's see. Over here is a sarcophagus. That one reads Osirian Scarab Seer. Let's see. Oh, the southern spot says Kadiran, Warlord of Old. Kadiran, Warlord of Old. Stated through you, apparently. And this display here is a Bronze Legionnaire of Osiria.
Okay. So
Assyrian.
the remaining
Assyrian.
the
Yeah,
remaining trinkets, while probably valuable, don't look to be magical or likely to be directly related to the curse. that
No,
we're
the
aware
only other interesting one is the source of the jade dagger that you were holding. That one,
Mhm.
that statue reads. What does it read? I forget the names of. One sec while I quickly scan for the name. Where are you? The warrior of the Jambala Jaig tribe and his fearsome ritual weapon.
Okay. What's
Underneath
this
it.
this one here, out of curiosity? This is like a bat creature, or
Oh, in the on the right hand
just to
side
the
here.
east?
Yeah, to the east, that is it's a statue of a. It says it's a Vargoyle, a kind of bat-like creature found in the jungle. And I can. Jambala Jag is the type of warrior that this guy is with his ritual dagger.
Okay. All right. So there's a door in the back. There's some more miscellaneous artifacts, and there's 3 magic things that I'm going to bring out outside.
All right.
And return to where my compatriots are after the 10 minutes plus whatever has been.
Chat has noticed that I'm wearing a Winston Overwatch shirt.
Foreshadowing.
All right, you make your way outside to the rest of the group as they're chilling.
Dragging the big club and wearing a scarab amulet and holding a dagger. No, there wasn't much in there, but no.
I mean, it looks like you found a couple things.
Here's pretty much everything that was being used on us. Seems like it's got some kind of spells on them. Hopefully not more than what they look. Might want to let me take a look at these at length.
How long is that length?
Well, if we waited here long enough to, several minutes at least for each one.
All right.
That would be fine. I could keep trying to heal.
Yeah, maybe we can recover a little bit. Any luck? Either of you feeling any better?
Njori takes a sip from his potion, healing 1 point of health.
Oh, God. I'm feeling all right, but...
So 10 minutes passed.
Yes, the 10 minutes passed while he was gathering items in that room.
Let's see if we can...
Try
And
another
we're
lay on
probably going to
hands.
wait here another 10 at least.
Yep, try again. Nope.
Yeah,
I'll
that
go
one
like
fails. Yeah, if you're doing another 10 to identify, you can go ahead and roll another one.
Sorry,
The
spend my
second
hero
one
points to reroll
succeeds.
that.
Oh, you're doing a hero point. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
10 plus
So
1.
another 6 for Njori.
thank you. Almost puts me back to full.
Okay. Cookie, you want to identify one of these objects? Which one are you identifying?
Correct. Actually going to choose the scarab.
Okay.
So let's do a
Choose your favorite magical tradition.
Arcana. We got a 16
16.
while stupefied.
Oh yes, 16 while stupefied. Where's the? Sorry, I'm looking for the DC. There it is. You're not really sure what it is. It doesn't seem to be cursed or anything too special. It seems like it's a relatively low-level magic item. Maybe a consumable. Like if you activate it, it would get used up in some way. But you're not really sure how to activate it. Oh, actually, no. There's a clearly like a button that you can press on it to activate it, but you think it would get used up if it did.
Oh. Okay. Why don't I hand that to Njori
Oh,
and
all right.
hand the big club to Monkey.
Shari.
Sorry. Whatever.
Sharky.
And I'll just probably hold on to this dagger and probably use it
All right.
for the time being.
Well,
Does that seem reasonable?
I don't mind. I'm more concerned about what we're going to do about Shari, but
Yeah, still not feeling any better after. Well, are any of us feeling any better after 20 minutes outside?
No, you're not. Not really. You could do a check of some kind to try to assess people. Any of the magical traditions or medicine.
I'll
Or if
think
you've
about
got an
curses
appropriate
and
lore.
such some more. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 21 total. As I try to think more about curses and weird.
Okay,
Cult
yeah,
shit.
you try to focus your mind a little bit better and think about it. It doesn't seem like this. It seems like you've all kind of resisted whatever its like full control effects are of this mist. Whatever the full control effects are of the mist. You think that you could probably avoid it getting any worse by just like covering your mouths, either with a hand or with a scarf or a cloth or something. It seems like it's, as long as you don't crit fail it, it's or crit fail against the effects. It doesn't seem like it's permanent. It seems like it's maybe slightly getting better over time, but it might be a few hours before you're like fully recovered from it.
All right. Well, I don't know how much time we want to be hanging around for, but
We got today and tomorrow to figure this out.
Oh, I'm like fine, fine, and feeling strong. So like we could keep trucking once I patch us up like a bit more.
all right, sure thing.
We had the 10 minutes pass from identifying. I'll go ahead and try to lay out hands yet again. How far are you done?
I just need 2 more hit points. I'm almost there.
Okay, I'll do myself real quick to. So I'm down 6.
Yeah, because I'm fine otherwise.
All right. Attempt to
Try
lay on
that.
hands yourself.
Nope.
Nope. DC 7 flat check failed with a 5 on the roll. You burn
In that
the.
case, I'll rest
Take
10 more
10
minutes, and I'll take a healing potion this time.
All right. While we're resting, I think resting 10 more minutes is reasonable. I'm gonna try to figure out what this dagger else might do.
Oh,
At
Nice.
23.
23. And so Shari took
Good
the
healing, too.
1d8 healing potion, got 7 hit points from it. Nice. Cookie nat 20'd his identify check on the dagger. You're looking at the dagger and turning it over. It's clearly, though it's made to also cut flesh, you see like the grooves, the style of dagger, or like the style of blade is clearly meant for cutting or carving wood as well. Like it seems like it's maybe even more specialized for carving wood. It's also got a lot of like kind of ritualistic designs. There's a sorry, checking a lore.
The doors that to the main area, those were made of wood.
The doors to the entry doors, or
The-
no, the doors
no,
in the
the
back are
back
made of
doors to
stone.
the-
Those are stone or steel. Sorry, the doors in the very far back are
Okay.
steel.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Darn.
but yeah, this dagger looks like it's maybe particularly built for carving or cutting wood. Seems to be ritualistic in nature, and maybe specifically is meant to with a natural 20. Let me. This looks like it's maybe like tuned to fight against. It's almost like a bane dagger against the enemies of whatever this tribe was, the Jambala Jag. It's meant to kind of bypass damage resistances of some.
So it might actually help us
specific
against
types of
the.
things.
It might actually help us against some of the things in here if they're caused by 2 different tribes, or if this tribe fought with whoever made the monkey statues and the monkey curse. Those monkey statues are supposed to be made of wood. Maybe it could even be used to destroy them. if we need to.
I reckon we might need to.
Certainly doesn't look good in there.
No, it does not. Well, y'all ready to go back in?
The,
I suggest getting some sort of covering for your mouth. I got, hang on. And I'm gonna dig into my bag and start pulling out my winter clothing and using some of that to try and fashion. Actually, probably have a mask of some sort in that, so to keep the wind out of my face for cold weather. So
you find.
Shari will start trying to tie a mask, but realizing that her hands are a little harder to mess with, will ask for assistance.
Okay, come on down here. Good name to Neil. And I'll help Shari get her mask on. You all right there, Cookie? You got everything?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Well, with that, it sounds like you guys are marching right back in.
Mm-hmm.
Healed up and ready to go for round 2. And as you step back into the mists... Oh?
I don't know if I can... This kukri is a martial weapon. I can't use it super effectively. Maybe I should hand it off.
I could probably handle it if you want, then.
Yeah, how would you take it?
All right.
All right.
See if I can
yeah, you should be able to just
handle that later.
give...
drop it to you. Did that work?
I got it. Mm-hmm.
All right. You
Cool.
pass the kukri over to Njori, realizing that you don't actually know how to fight with one of these things. And with that, you proceed back into the mists of Mwangi. Get in there. All right. Into the mists of Mwangi you go. And that is where we will stop the episode for this week.
All right.
Sorry, I had a cough. Thank you all for joining us. Tune in next week as we continue our exploration of the Blakros Museum and witness the strange artifacts and mysteries within. And yeah, I think we've got maybe 2 more weeks of this adventure or more society stuff scheduled until Shar gets back.
Sounds all right.
So I hope you enjoy in the meantime, and then we will return for more Runelords to finish up the adventure after that. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Bryce, as well, and Adam and Will too.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. See you later.